To all the people who in secondary school and primary school, during exams, they will be covering their work. All those intelligent boys and girls that time that before the lecturer or teacher will ask questions, they'll be the first to raise their hands. They are very smart when it comes to answering questions. They are always covering their work, preventing other people from spying them. Let me ask you, if you know such people, are those people the most successful people today in your class? Of all your set mates, when you are doing your old boys or old girls association, when they come, do they come in the best cars? They don't come in the best cars, so why were they covering their work? You're covering your work from your future helper. The people they were covering their work for that time, some of them are senators and governors, and they are applying for jobs today. Imagine, that is life. See, there is a limit. There is a limit to what your talent and skill and your know-how can do for you. There is another thing that is taking people places now. Skill and talent will not do it for you. There's another thing that you need to get, and I'm going to expose it to you in this video. The Bible says that the fastest runner doesn't always win the race. Why? And that the battle is not for the strong. Why? But only the ones that God showeth mercy. Let me tell you how God is showing people mercy. Now, God will not just show you mercy out of the blues. There are some things that are required of you before you are able to get God's mercy. I'll show you the shortcut to success is what I'm going to expose to you in this video. The shortest cut to success. This shortcut, it doesn't matter whether you are intelligent, whether you are good looking, whether you have the technical know-how, whether you have the skill or not. All those basic requirements and prerequisites, they go out of the window. When you have this one thing, they go out of the window. They don't matter. Now, first of all, let me tell you that relationship is currency. Yes, relationship is currency. And they say that your total net worth is directly proportional to your network. That means that the people in your life, they matter. The friends that you are making today are what your children will call connection in the future. Your relationship with people. There are people that if they ask you something, you that you're watching me, there are people that if they call you up and they tell you to do something, it will be extremely difficult for you not to do that thing because of the relationship you have with that person. If they call you up and they tell you, Victor, this is what I want, it is done. If it's in my powers, if it's in your powers, it is done. Imagine now that I am now a top guy in a company and we are looking to employ. And such a person calls me and says, Victor, I need you to give this girl a job. I need you to give that boy that job. And I have the power. You see, I'm putting a clause. So they have made that request and I have the power to do it. I will do it. And when I'm now giving this girl who is unqualified for the job, who is unqualified for the job, what does that mean? That somebody who has the skill and talent, somebody will have to be unemployed on account of that. I'm not saying it is right, but that is just the way it is. That is just the way it is. And many times the job interviews that you see that are organized, some of them are just for formality's sake. Let it not seem as if we did not announce a vacancy and we did not conduct a general public interview for people. It would be too obvious that we selected the ones that we want. A lot of people who are going to do that job are not going to be found around the premises on the job interview days. They have done their own interviews at clubhouses, at beer parlors, where the MD, who is a friend to their uncle, they are sitting down drinking on a weekend, and they're like, that my cousin I told you about, he just finished his youth service. She just came back from youth service now. Wow, that fine girl. Oh, that handsome young man. Where is he? He's around. Call him over so that you introduce us. MD of the company, CEO of the company that has announced in the newspaper that they are looking for workers. He's the one that is saying somebody that just came for youth service should come over. When the guy will now come over, he will tell him the day of resumption. Now, he's not going to ask him, what did you study? What are your attributes? Tell me about yourself. No, but you are there burning the midnight oil, reading and preparing for that interview. Meanwhile, the people that are going to get the job, they have already been engaged. I'm not saying people don't get jobs on merit. People get jobs on merit. But I tell you that the doors that relationship and connection will open for you, your talent and skill will not take you there at all. Who cares about your talent and skill? Go and eat your talent and skill now. People are using connection to get jobs. I once worked in an Indian company where we as nationals, Nigeria, will be there. They will bring an Indian man who doesn't know jack about the work that we are doing. He will come and supervise you. He will come and supervise you. The management, top management will say, well, we know he doesn't know the job. You guys are experienced on the job, so you teach him the job. You teach him the job. He's the supervisor. If the operation is successful, he takes the glory. If the operation is not successful, management will blame the experienced guys on his team. Were you guys not there? This will tell you that this guy does not know anything. So why did you allow him to go and make this kind of mistake? It's you people's fault. You take the blame for the failure of the operations, but the unskilled supervisor takes the glory for the success of the operations. These things happen. And for those thinking about it and thinking it's unfair, let me tell you the truth. We are human beings. If, as you are now, your company is looking to employ a graphics designer, and because you are a top guy in that company, they have given you the responsibility, bring us a graphics designer, and you have a nephew or a niece, your own immediate elder brother's children, they are graphic designers. Would you rather give them the job, or you just wait and organize an interview so that you can give a total stranger from somewhere the job? It is just normal. It is just normal. A lot of people are getting jobs based on referrals, based on recommendations, based on connections. Top $1 million deals are being sealed, not in offices where people are wearing suits and looking all official. They are being sealed in the most casual atmosphere ever, where people are wearing t-shirts and knickers and they're just lounging, drinking a bottle of wine. You will see them. All those big men. They have a funny way of talking to each other. Joe, are you still looking to award that multi-million naira contract? Yeah, we're still looking for. I have some offers on the table. What offers? I told you that I have that very good friend of mine who can do that job. Are you sure? Okay, let's try him out. Let's give him a few millions. Let's see if he can deliver. Relationship and connection will open doors that skill and talent can never even knock on. It's different when you knock on the door, okay? Talent and skill will not be able to knock on the doors that connection and relationship will open. The shortcut to success is to be connected with the right people. That is it. That's why I tell people, do not close the doors of relationships anyhow, because you may go back knocking on that same door. I know a guy who once jilted a girl. He jilted the girl some years ago. When he finally got the opportunity to be invited for his dream job interview, the girl was on the panel of those to interview him. You see why it is not good to treat people anyhow, thinking that they cannot be of help to you. Don't look down on anybody. Anybody can help you. Why? Because kingmakers themselves, they don't look like kings. I'll say that again so that it will sink into your head. Kingmakers, they don't look like kings. That person you think cannot help you, you may be right. That person may not be able to help you directly. But that person may be a cousin to the best friend of the uncle of the former girlfriend of the person that can help you. You see the chain? It's long. The chain is long, but it's that person that is going to link you there. That person you think cannot help you may be a church member to the best friend of the closest ally of the person that is going to help you. So that is why build relationships. Be respectful to everybody, irrespective of their social status. Be respectful to them. They may be the ones that will take you to your helper. A friend of mine who works in a multinational in Nigeria, he got the job via his favorite cab taxi driver was the one that got him that job. How? That taxi driver is also the favorite taxi driver of an expatriate of a multinational company. Now, the expatriate of the multinational company has an official car. But of course, when he's going clubbing at night, all those kind of movement, he uses this cabman. So my friend had always told this cabman that he is looking for a job. Coincidentally, the day the cabman was giving the white man a lift as usual, the white man was telling him, well, my personal assistant lost his parents, so he resigned and he has gone back to our country. So I'm looking to employ a new personal assistant. And immediately the cabman told him that I have a customer. I've known him for like 5 years. He's a very good guy and he's a graduate. I believe he can do this job. The white man was like, well, tell him to resume on Monday. Why? Coming from you that I love so much, the person can resume on Monday because of the relationship I have with you. See, men, especially top directors, men, has your wife ever disturbed you over a matter? You are there applying for a job. You don't know anybody, no connection. That particular role that is to be filled by that company, the CEO and chairman of the company, his wife is telling him, honey, that job, it's my auntie's son that you must give that job. That boy has suffered. After all, we paid his school fees. Are you saying that paying his school fees, we wasted our money? Now he's looking for a job. Your company wants to employ. You don't want to give him the job. When a woman nags a man over a matter, there are some women nagging their husbands over a job that you are applying for. You don't even know anybody in the company. So you mean that the MD of the company, his wife is nagging him. She's sulking. When he wants to go close to his wife at night, his wife is asking him, will you give Victor the job? Will you give Victor the job? Victor is my very good friend and I want him to get the job. This will be like, you mean I cannot touch you now until I promise you that Victor will get the job? Hey, there will be war. There will be war in this house if Victor doesn't get the job. Okay, call the Victor, tell him to come and resume on Monday. That's it. That is it. Big time contracts that you have been using your talent and skill to pursue since. Big time jobs that you have been using your skill and talent to pursue since. Somebody will get it through connection at the snap of the finger. Some people are even employed to do jobs that they are not skilled at. The company will carry them abroad to go and train them on that job. They'll be doing training. Fresh employee training. Then you'll be asking yourself, why are you training these fresh employees? Are there no experienced people out there who can do plug and play? As soon as they resume, they start working? No, don't worry. We as companies, we will spend money on training. It doesn't matter. Because these people that came in, they are from above. Order from above. I remember I once went for an aptitude test. An aptitude test scheduled to start by 9 a.m. 12 midday, we were still waiting. Who were we waiting for? We were waiting for one girl. How can over 1,000 people be waiting for one girl to arrive? Who is that girl? I mean, I'm asking myself, if I were the one who was late for this test, would they be waiting for me? And when the girl finally arrived, the so-called managing director of the company went over to her car to bring her to the venue. And the man was shamelessly telling her that, I was bothered though when we didn't see you show up. I was already calling your dad that, Daddy, is she no longer coming? You know, that was when I knew that I was not going to get that job. There are interviews that you are invited for and you are already programmed to fail. They will do those interviews for people. They will select the ones that they want. They will do those interviews for people to give the whole procedure an air of legitimacy, to make people think that it is due process. It is fake. They are looking for power plant operator. You are experienced, you are skilled, you know the job, you are a sound engineer. If they call you for interview and they ask you questions relating to power plants, you're going to smash it. And when you smash it, they don't call you for the job. You go about narrating that, I passed the interview, but they did not call me. They are playing politics. So what they will do is they want to give you the impression that you failed the interview. When you come, they are not going to ask you only questions relating to power plants because they know that you are going to smash that one. So they will tell you, everybody invited for this interview are engineers, so there's a likelihood that they are going to know the answers to these questions. So what we are going to ask mostly is current affairs. They will tell you that they are going to ask current affairs questions. And you're going to be like, okay. The first interviewer will ask you, what is the name of the girlfriend of the last son of the senator representing XYZ constituency in ABC state? You see this kind of questions. Those questions are meant to give the candidate the impression that they have failed, so that when you now finally go, they can give the job to the person that they want. Okay? So build relationships. Build bridges. Don't build walls. Okay? Connection and relationship will take you to heights that your skill and your talent can never take you to. I hope you learned something from this video. Start building connection now. Start connecting with people. Start being nice to people. You don't know where your helper will come from. Oh. Okay? So, like this video, the YouTube algorithm is going to recommend it to more and more people. Share it within your social media circle. Till I see you in the next one, subscribe, turn on the bell notification icon so that you don't miss that next one. I remain Victor Isibo. I'm signing out. It's bye for now.